Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Chelsea Tottenham Hotspur show. So please keep all your comments, questions. You don't have to keep it Manchester United related. You really don't. But yeah, if you really must, then do it. But keep your comments, questions, United, Chelsea, or Spurs related. Apologies on the lateness, people. It's because we was recording the Back Again podcast. So that's why I'm here later than usual. That's why we are here later than usual. So of course, you know what I'm saying? We got Jez in the building, we got Surfer in the building, and we got special guest all the way from Casually FC in the building. Marshall is here as well. Yes, Marshall, what are you telling me? You good?
Cheers, man. I don't get many victories nowadays. Don't get a chance to pick up 3 points very often, so I'm gonna celebrate when I can, you know.
It's only right. It's only right. And you lot make sure you subscribe to Marshall's channel as well. Casually FC should do that. I need to add it underneath in all the descriptions into the featured channel page. And I'll do that tonight. Surfer's also in the building as well. Yeah, Surfer, what are you saying? You blessed?
Yeah, I'm good. I had a nice nap, so I'm all good. So, that's what old people do now. So we just have naps.
Hey, I did it. You know what I'm saying? I took a nap in between.
Yeah, but you like work. You work nights. Well, I say work. You're just up at night.
Oh, this is not work. Fuck you. You know what, Surfer? Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you, man. I hate this guy, you know.
Get a real job.
I actually took a nap between after the City Spurs game and then me going on to no, that's hella liars. Between Big Six Months and Saeed's channel. You know what I'm saying? I was I took a nap. I was tired. Let me lie down. Jez, what you saying, though, family? You good?
Nah, man, I'm good. Hey, another weekend where not all of our three teams are actually losing on this thing. Like,
that's facts.
Actually, this is actually never gonna happen. I swear. Like, I show where all three of our teams are gonna lose. Like, it's not gonna happen.
Man, it's still not happening.
Yeah, man. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. Good way to complete the weekend, I would say.
Yeah, man. Large up to everyone in the chat already. As you can see, eventful. Big up to Jacob, United Spurs of America for the raid. Jacob, let me know if you want the link as well. But Kulusevski scores late equaliser for Spurs versus Manchester City. 10-man Chelsea beat Brighton, and yeah, Manchester United lose to Newcastle. So yeah, anything you lot want to discuss, feel free. Like I said, get your questions in. Of course, we'll get straight to them as well. Yeah, go on.
Chelsea fan base, you've got to say Brighton reserves, so they like to put that out there. That was all. So we beat Brighton reserves, so that was it.
Imagine not being imagine not being able to beat Brighton reserves could never be my club. But Marshall, we'll go to you. You know what I'm saying? so down bad.
Palace reserves.
You know what I'm saying? This is reserve. People say, "Oh, you lot going to roll over Bayern Munich's B team." Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Have you not watched it? People go to the Man United and people been in the chat saying that. Oh, we got a chance. Rival fans. Oh, you gonna end up in the Europa League. We gonna beat Bayern. Do you know? I'm saying, well, it's their B team.
Bayern's B team. Do they have a B team?
Facts, like it's not quality. Like we didn't draw Wigan away, and I'm looking at that going, we might not even win that. But hey, we knew. I'm saying, like, that's not a guaranteed win. Like, what are we talking about here? But
all too
I'll
familiar.
Go to you, Marshall. Yeah, go to you, Mr. Casually FC. 10-man Chelsea. Obviously, your captain Gallagher getting sent off, but you managed to win the game 3-1.
My captain.
I said not my
Chelsea's captain.
I got one of them too. You know what I'm saying? He just got the armband. But yeah, thoughts.
Yeah. Overall, listen. With this team and how consistent we are, consistently inconsistent, I'm not holding my breath. I'm not gonna get too gassed up. I'm glad we got a win. I had some people in my chat and my community saying, "Oh, 3 losses in a row. Here we go." Like, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna be that negative, but I'm also not gonna be that positive. Overall, I think good performance, a good way to rebound from Newcastle. Obviously, Gallagher getting sent off just shows more of the issues we have in our team with discipline and youth in general. These kids are young. Actually, I can't even make an excuse for Reese, but still, when it comes to being a leader, learning a lot. But Gallagher, stupid foul, getting sent off. We were winning the game at that point. We were 2-1 up and kind of just made it harder for us to come out of that game with the victory. Obviously, towards the end, we ended up getting a penalty, much deserved penalty. The refereeing was very odd in today's game. And I'll say also for the City and Spurs game, which we will discuss, refereeing for the EPL today was a big L in my opinion. But we Milner didn't get sent off, but we got the penalty. Enzo scores it. Now, what does Enzo do? He gets you two goals when you have only 10 men on the pitch. That's what Enzo does. So everyone who was hating on Enzo within the community, hold that. All right, hold that. I'm not even like Enzo getting 2 goals today was a cherry on top. Enzo getting 2 goals today was the cherry on top to the result. I would have been happy with Enzo's performance even if he didn't get the 2 goals. But we got the 2 goals from Enzo. We got the 3rd goal as well, Enzo penalty. And then towards the end, it was shaky. I don't know why we're playing low block when we're so shitty defensively, but hey, we got the result. And it is what it is. We'll see what happens against you guys. We have no excuses. We should be getting a result against United, but this team, man, the inexperience, man, it hits us and it sucks. But yeah, overall, I'll take 3 points, man. I'll cheers to that one. 3 points.
First, Surfer, your thoughts?
Yeah, so just with Enzo, I'm glad he scored. There'll be a lot of people ordering goalposts to be moved a bit because it's against Brighton reserves, so in the community. So there'll be a lot of that.
There's a lot of people ordering goalposts to be moved.
I love that. Not goalpost movers tonight. Oh, why isn't he doing it? Shut up! If he didn't do it, you'd be on him. So, yeah, very good. I actually thought we were comfortable at 10 men. I didn't think Brighton really did much. Then we went 3-1 up, and then they scored from a corner, and then it was sort of like, I don't even know how we got to 10 minutes of extra time. I've got to be honest with you. I was watching that second half going, how the hell did they get 10 minutes? Not even like, because I was thinking
a VAR check at the end.
Even the VAR check for our penalty wasn't that long, because the one like theirs was obviously an injury time, and then we got to 15 minutes of injury time. I just want to say, I think I've read it now. I think the referee gave a penalty on the field, and VAR told him to look at the screen, not the other way around. So, which was good. Which is what it's there for. If it wasn't there for, we'd be talking about how the hell did he give a penalty for that? Robbery, right? So, but yeah, for me, it was all about the result today. We needed 3 points. I said the other day on the stream, I need to get close. By the time January 1st hits, I need to be close to 30 points or just above as possible. And then we roll into the new year. I thought Caicedo was very lucky to stay on the pitch today. He was very rash. Very rash. But the problem is, for us, I know you say you look at your bench. Did you see our bench today? I mean, it was.
I did see your bench today.
It was.
Actually, I haven't seen your bench.
Remember, everyone talks about spending
2 goalkeepers in the bench FC.
Everyone talks about spending £1 billion. Look at our bench, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's £1 billion. Oh, 800 million. Look at our bench. Absolute disgrace, that bench today in terms of quality. I thought Poch did well. He brought on Maatsen to cope with Matoma, help Disasi out, who's not a right back. But I thought that was a good tactical thing.
Christ, I've just seen the bench now.
Yeah. He brought Palmer on, which was good. It'll be interesting Wednesday with Gallagher missing, what he does in the number 10 role. He's not going to put Nkuku in for anyone says, even if Nkuku's available, he'll be on the bench.
Wasn't even on the bench today.
Yeah, he wasn't on the bench, no. But I think it was too soon. But Lavia maybe, I don't know. But yeah, it's a good battling performance. I don't care who it's against, because if we lost today, you would have said we should have beaten them.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? So we beat them. It was 3-2 against 10 men. Doesn't matter. We beat them. We move on to Manchester United, try and get 3 points then. We've got Everton next weekend. So, again, it's at 2 o'clock on a Sunday, bro. It's not on TV. I don't know what that means. That is the reason for that. But Everton don't play in Europe, but okay. But, yeah, so we'll move on from there. Like I say, Enzo, by the way, Enzo haters, he's got more goals than Schlosser this season, by the way, just let Liverpool fans know. He's got more goals than Martinelli, just let anyone, more goals than Jesus, more goals than Mason Mount, more goals than Havertz. But, let's, I just want to say that, I'm going to be shameless with it, like you guys are shameless with it for bashing him, even rival fans. What does he do? Shut up. But, yeah. Cole got a goal, which is good. And it was a penalty to us. I don't know what people, that's the good thing about VAR. Actually, VAR did well today in terms of getting the big penalty decisions right. That was a penalty. I think the reason it wasn't a red card is because it was inside the box. and not a stuff I was reading. If it was outside the box, I think it's more of a red
Wait,
card.
what's the rule with that?
I think it's
Go on,
inside
tell
the
me.
box. Inside the box, they changed it for they can't. It's called like double jeopardy or something like that. They're not going to give a red card and a penalty. So, but it's weird. Outside the box, it would have been given as a red, which okay, I don't understand that, but all right. But it was a penalty to me in terms of that. So yeah, that's all good. And we move on. We'll have Reece James back on Wednesday. That'll be good. Cucurella back Wednesday as well. Just Gallagher missing. We'll definitely miss his pressing. That's no doubt. But he was just stupid today. He must have forgot he got a yellow. That's the only logical reason I can think of.
No, you know what happened, Andrew? He because he looked at the foul statistics that we were top of the league with the most amount of fouls, and he only had one card, and he was like, you know what, this doesn't make sense. I should have more yellow cards, and he tripled his number today.
I told Flores today he must have taken his cocaine line before the game instead of after the game because the way he just because what kills me is just the way he chased man down as well, knowing he's on the yellow. We're still
10th and it's fine, but it's not like we're 10 points behind everyone else in 10th. Like 2 wins probably get you to like 7th or 6th or something like that. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like that. We'll hold it because the league's shit. So,
yeah. In terms of quality, it's awful. Like, let's not get a mistake. I agree. I do agree with that.
I mean, look at Villa. Look at Villa today. They went to Spurs last week, 1-2-1. They drew 2-2 with Bournemouth today. I mean, what are we talking about here? Do you know what I mean?
This might be a hot take. I don't think any team is making 85 points this season.
What even?
I don't think Man City even.
I think
they did 86 last season. I don't think they're going to do 85 this season. It's been so inconsistent, up and down. I feel like by now Man City would have picked it up. Usually by now Man City starts going under run.
But you say they went on their run late last season, but I hear
but to be fair though, to them though, like I think the last 3 games they did play us, Chelsea, and Liverpool. So I looked at the fixtures. Let's see how they do in those fixtures. If they don't pick it up,
they got Villa next.
Low-key. They got Villa away.
I think Villa can give them a game.
They got Villa away with no Rodri and no Grealish against Villa. So Doku looked like he got an injury.
By the way,
we're going to get to that before we do, though, let me just 1 second, hold that thought, because we're going to go to that game next as well. Hey, there's over 135 people in here, and likes. You know what I'm saying? The likes are way, way, way too low. Like check 1212. Like check 1212. Only 38 likes. What's this Manchester United midfield behavior? Like Staffy said, what is going on? This is a Manchester United conversion rate. Hey, run up the likes, people. What are we doing? This is us the saving rate. What is going on? Hit the like button on the video. Share across all the socials. Make sure you follow at Sarcasm.
It's top 3 in the league.
And subscribe. Hey, just know you can shut the fuck up, mate. And subscribe to the channel as well. And hit the notification bell. This guy always does this fucking guy, yo.
According to your manager.
Just after I hate you, this guy, yo. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe to Casually FC as well. I'm going to drop the link underneath in the description. One of the mods put it in the chat as well. Go run up because you see Marshall over there, and then many of the other Chelsea content creators on here. You see on there on a daily basis as well, people. So let's run up the likes because they're way, way, way too low. Let's go 70 likes and hit the subscribe button here because it is rolled to 9,000 subscribers. We're trying to get there before the year is out. We're at 8,799. 11 more people. Let's crack 8,800. Let's crack 8,800 by tonight. But let me get to the super chat as well. Give me 1 second. Big up to Zane, who says, hey, Zane, big up for the super chat. I hope you're well. He says City bottled it. Arsenal favorites now. But you said last week when we was on Saeed's show that you were favorites before this. But hey, you know what it is, Zane? You keep hoping. Because when I was on Mo's channel, not the last time I was on there, not yesterday, the day before, the time before, I can't remember the Arsenal fan. I forgot his name. I think it was the Don who was crying last season, who had the tears. And he was like, oh,
which one?
The actual
I was gonna say
the actual tears. He actually did a video. I forgot his name. He actually cried. I can't remember his name. You know what I'm saying? But he actually cried. No, he actually cried on video. You know what I'm saying? After they lost to somebody. But anyways. No. It was online. I can't remember the name of the guy who it was. He cried. It might have been 2 seasons ago. But I remember at Arsenal fan, it might have been him. You know what I'm saying? It might have been him. But the point I'm making is that he when he was like, oh, you just want us to be miserable and not want us to believe in our team. Arsenal fans, let me tell you this right now. I want you to fully believe in your team.
Yeah,
I
me too.
want
It's
you
funny.
to think you are going to win every single game and every single trophy available. Because then when you don't, it makes the meltdown even sweeter because there's that genuine belief there. So Arsenal fans, please believe it. Listen to all them Arsenal content creators who are telling you are going to win the league. Listen to your brethren or your sibling or your best friend who's telling you Arsenal
That's
have
that
got it.
deep-seated
Arteta's going to turn
animosity.
it around. I love it. Please,
Oh.
I want you to believe in your heart of hearts and convince yourself in your mind that Arsenal are going to win the Premier League. Because when you don't, like last season, the meltdown is beautiful and it's all documented as well. And then I get to go on streams with you lot all summer long. Oh, it's great. It's great.
Staffy, let me just tell you something. I won't cry at anything. I had my tear ducts removed because I think crying's a weakness. All right, so it's all good. Yeah, I will not cry if we lose at Old Trafford since we haven't won there for 10.5 years.
Yeah.
Why would I cry now? Do you know what I mean, Staffy? Yeah, you just hold that, Staffy. All right, yeah, hold this as well. Yeah, that's what you get as well. Hold that. Yeah.
Hey, and big up to my guy Roz in the chat. He says, big up Flawless My G. Big up to you. Says, tuning in hits different when we actually win. That's crazy. I don't see you, Roz, when Chelsea don't win, which ain't often. So yeah, it's good to see you in the chat. I'm saying it's good to see you in the chat. And yeah, I hope you lot have ran up the likes again. I will get to all of the questions I can, but to make sure us four here get to your questions, super chat people, and we get to it. And link for the membership is in the pinned comment as well. So make sure you check that out also. But switching lanes, we'll go to your game.
Cancel Surfer. I mean, like that hasn't been tried already.
Yeah. You are uncancelable still because you said some very questionable things.
This channel should have been cancelled at least 500 times by now. Do you know what I mean? It's not happening, bro. They don't care. Do you know what I mean?
Like that's this channel is pirate radio back in the day. Like that's what this channel is for. Like
algorithm hype.
I've got some sus things in this channel, man.
yeah. Like this channel has like there's things I've heard, and even I'm like with my character, I'm like, wow. That's why I got the banner.
There's been verbal hate crimes on this channel. You know what I mean? It's
facts. Jez, we know what you said, so we ain't even gonna go into that Jez anonymous. You know what I'm saying? We'll go to the game. Manchester City 3, Spurs 3. Late equaliser in the 90th minute by Kulusevski. Great header. Ake doing his best Trent impression at the back post. Thoughts, Jez?
I mean, before I even go on to Spurs, I'll just quickly say about City. I thought City was poor today. Considering how in the first half, me personally, I felt like the game should have been out of sight in the first half. Me personally, how I think what Alvarez hit the post, Doku hit the crossbar, Harden missed like 1-2 sitters. It's like they had so many chances and we continue playing out of the back like well, obviously Ange wants to, and we didn't get punished for it. I think we haven't really gotten punished for it, like for those in the first half, but then even then the City created their chances. I was like, second half could be looking worried, but then even the second half, I think we started to play more to what we want to do, trying to be playing more higher up the pitch, trying to have more of a higher line, and I felt like I don't know City. If this was City on a hot streak, they would have hit us for 6 today, personally. But it wasn't. So we took advantage of that. So just want to quickly talk about, just start with City, because I think it's easier. Us, I mean, you saw me on the stream there in the first half. My goodness, some of the shit that I saw from these footballers, I couldn't believe. First touch. I'm asking for a first touch. I'm seeing Mikayu playing out of the backyard to Royal. No pressure. His first touch goes to a City player. How? Like, shit like that. It's like, where I was like, man, this could look like a long 90. But fair play, Sonny, off the corner. Kulusevski finds Son. I don't know what Doku was doing there, but Son just bullying him off him, and Edison with a howler there as well, not saving the shot. We go 1-0 up, and then 3 minutes later, we concede some dumbass goal, man, from a free kick, but we keep it stepping. To be fair, I think there were a couple of good performances in the first half, but I think but as a whole, the team just stunk out the place, in my opinion. Like in the first half, just too much space was given to City. Brian Gill couldn't do nothing. We got glimpses from Brennan Johnson on the right side when he cooked Quadio in a foot race, but that pretty much was it. Basuma wasn't it in the first half. The whole midfield wasn't it, to be honest, in the first half. I felt Power did quite well. considering how many people were telling me before the game, Doku is gonna destroy Pearl. I call him Dookie now because how shit he was, bro.
This guy, yo, you
Couldn't do
outrageous.
couldn't do shit, man. Like Grealish probably did more damage than Doku did there today.
Yeah.
So shout out to Pearl there. I think he probably was one of the more guys that stood out in the first half for me, but that doesn't say much because I think as the whole unit, the whole team stuck out. Then the second half starts. I come back from getting some water, and I'm seeing Vicario giving the ball away, making the amazing save, which is crazy. But just good to have a goalkeeper because I said this on the stream. If that's Lloris, that's 3-1 game over. Guy is gonna watch the ball go into the net, top corner. So shout out to Vicario making the save, and yeah, I think second half we just played more to what we really want to be as a team, which is obviously press high, but also be involved in the build-up from playing high up the pitch more. Because first half, ironically, what people tell us what we're supposed to do is be compact and sit back.
They did say that still.
Before that game, people said we should do that. We did that. We could have been hitting for 4-1 before halftime. So we just went back to what we usually do. And we play a lot better. I feel like players got more used to what they do in training. Lo Celso started to show up more. Basuma started to show up more. I think bringing on Højbjerg was a really good idea. I said as well that he should be coming in as well because I felt like City was just getting too much space and just too much time to just do anything in midfield. And I felt he did his good job as well. And yeah, got the equalizer then with Lo Celso and then Basuma. After that second half improvement, to think that he was thinking about the Twitter comms. He was thinking about, okay, I got the chest control. Let me just go and try and dribble past two players and then make the line breaking pass. Bro, the fullback is literally right there. Pass it to him and the fullback can maybe kick it long. I don't know what Basuma was thinking, but bro, at that point I was thinking, yeah, game over. We're not gonna get another goal. But thank fuck, City, I don't know which goes back to what me thinking City was poor today. Because I feel like they've been also conceding hella goals as well. 3 goals against us. And 4 goals against Chelsea as well.
Broke them.
And it's crazy. It's just Brennan just running past Kyle Walker like it's nothing. Getting that crossing and then Kulusevski, like LeBron James coming out of nowhere with the posterized on Ake. People saying he's still picking up his threats on the floor in the empty end. Like silent to crawl, and then the LeBron James celebration, man. Like you just cop it off, man. Obviously, let's talk about the obvious thing. The play on the foul that obviously City should have gotten. Me personally, referee had a holder with that one. The referee definitely had a holder with that one. Like there's nobody there.
You can't let that overshadow the game. It wasn't like City should have. City should have battered.
Yeah. This was I was.
That's a Haaland, man.
I was gonna go into that more.
That's crazy. That's a crazy shot. That.
I'm just saying he was upset.
I mean, maybe if he had more than one shot on target against Emerson and
he missed an open goal.
Exactly. But it's just I'm just going into that first before anybody says anything else. Like what today happened was not a robbery. What happened against Liverpool for Liverpool was a robbery because Liverpool actually scored a goal they should have stood. That is a robbery. Because we can talk about, 50-50, Grealish wins, gets the ball, and the referee plays it. Who knows that if Grealish actually scores the chance? Because we have a good goalkeeper.
Yeah.
So you going based off hope rather than actually believe that Grealish would have scored. We don't know. Maybe Davis gonna catch up to him. Who knows? So for me, it's like I can't call this a robbery, and let's don't act like City shouldn't have killed us in the first half. Let's not act like after we got the second goal, City wasn't pressing us. City wasn't doing the hardest to make sure they get the third goal. And let's not act like City conceded 3 silly goals today. I feel like City last season wouldn't have conceded these type of goals, and I feel like obviously people bring the conversation up like how come there's 10 City fans that I saw on YouTube talking about why they have these issues defensively as well. Like, it's interesting to see.
Where did they get the 6 extra ones from? I don't understand this.
Paid him, man. Standings, paid him.
I say this more. I say it all the time, man. More charges than fans, but that's for another day.
Oh,
but
that's a brilliant one. Now,
but yeah, it's just mad. But I'm just saying.
I'm gonna use that one. That is good, yo. I'm gonna use that.
Wild.
But charges than fans.
These guys want to complain on the social medias talking about how we robbed them in quotation marks, how we robbed them. But they have 115 charges. Don't do this to me, right? Don't do that. Like, it's all I have to say. Like, shout out to Ange. I think he stopped a 4-game losing streak right there. Obviously, we still win this, which is not good.
Yeah.
But I think the conversations, if we would have lost the game today, even with the good effort that the team put in, the conversation would have been completely different. And just a fraud and this and that. I mean, fraud, losing against City. I don't know about that, but again, you know how social media are trying to find narratives to go in the back thing. And some people will say, yo, you only drew the game. Yeah, we drew the game. But shit, I thought we was gonna get smacked today. I thought it was gonna be a free City. Ironically, I thought City gonna score 3 goals today at minimum, and they did. But I didn't expect us to score more than 1 at bare minimum. So it's like,
so we said that during the game on the watch along. Make sure you go watch it back on the Twitch.
Yeah, that watch along was hilarious.
You lot, in regards to, I always thought you lot could score again. It's just that I thought you were definitely going to concede again too. But Eli said, "How happy are you with the result, Jez? Do you think you should have gotten more out of this game?"
No. I mean, there are a couple of glimpses where you could have, a couple of moments where maybe 1 or 2 more decision making from Brennan or from Gill, where we could have scored, but I wouldn't say that this would have been clear-cut chances. So I wouldn't say we shouldn't have gotten more out of this game today. I think a draw is a fair result considering how bad City played in the second half. Like, I think it balanced kind of each other out, because in the first half, City should have killed us. It should have been over there. Second half, it's like they didn't care in the second half. They're like, yo, we don't believe Spurs is going to go and get their second. And then, well, we did.
I mean, considering how we tore apart your team, yeah, you should be happy with the draw.
100%.
Yeah, no Van der Ven, no Argentinian Sergio Ramos, no Madison.
No, I think you have to give credit to Spurs because in regards to, City missed chances, but that's not Spurs' fault. They went there and took advantage of City not being clinical and got the that's why you should go. That's why you should go for it. Because the thing is, let's say Haaland was on form and they get packed 6-3. All right, they get packed 6-3, but you still there's no point in just like say they would have went there and just sat back and then lost 1-0. It's like, why didn't you have a go? And they had a go. They got rewarded with a point. You know what I'm saying? Any point.
And that's my point of the whole thing of the whole argument and the lazy analysis about Ange's high line. All the time I see, that high line, we're gonna just expose that, and I'm like, cool, yeah, we do play a high line, but I'm just not a complete cracker. He's not gonna go ahead and just play a high line against anybody. Because even people keep forgetting that not that Liverpool game, the Arsenal game at the Emirates, we weren't playing extremely high. We were conservative. We were still doing our pressing, but in terms of the high line, we weren't even that high in my opinion. But all the other things we kept doing, like playing out of the back, trying to press high off the pitch, trying to be quick in the transition if we do get the ball, or trying to find a couple of combination plays to get the ball up further up the pitch. And I think this is, even though a lot of them are backups, fair play to them. I think Gil, man, some people say he needs to bulk up. That's not a bulk. There's not a thing of him being too skinny out there. The guy is just not an athlete. The guy cannot run.
Yeah. He's playing like against Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker, like you saw the difference. You saw the difference when Brennan Johnson came on that side. Like, not that Brennan Johnson completely dominated him, but just somebody that can actually run at Kyle Walker. It's just a
the assist. He's not getting enough plaudits for the cross though, because the cross was quality.
Yeah.
Considering this is wrong foot as well. I thought it was the way he's clicked that. That's purposeful. He's in that area.
Yeah, because I saw another view on Instagram from the Spurs official. Yeah, he definitely meant it to put it in that area. He definitely meant it. So shout out to him. Enough. I said this before a couple of streams as well. He's been putting a lot of good cameos in. It's just that these cameos coming into losses now, and really going to be interesting to see once the team is actually fully fit. It's probably not going to happen until February, where we can see him also interested in a stronger 11. Like, he's been really impressed me. But man, Gil, oh, I can't lie, bro. If you were to leave in January, I wouldn't even be sad or anything, because Celso, he's kind of having this little remontada. I'm not falling for it because I've been here before with the Ndombele thing. So I'm not trying to do this with the Lo Celso. And Emerson is Emerson, Davis is Davis, whatever. And
no more remontadas, man. I'm telling you that right now. No more fucking remontadas.
Surfer is Lo Celso their Gallagher, pretty much.
Who's actually Oliver Skip. Oliver Skip.
Okay.
Oliver Skip.
But that being said, speaking of Gallagher, obviously him getting sent off today. What are you saying about that, Marshall? Obviously very silly, but was you surprised by it?
No, actually, kind of not, because I felt like this guy should have been accumulated yellows since. But it's like this season, as opposed to last season. Last season, this guy was a battering ram when it came to attacking other players. Like, I felt bad for the other team if they had to play against Gallagher, because it's just going for ankles. That guy's an ankle biter. But this season, he's been a little bit more like controlled and not as more controlled aggression, not as like reckless, but still fouling a lot. So, when I saw someone bigging up his foul, the amount of fouls he's committed this season, getting in there, I was like, I don't know if that's something you want to commemorate, but at any point, this guy could be getting sent off, or should have more yellows than he already has. So, in a sense, like it was dumb though. Like now you see that discipline that people were talking about with Reese and the leadership. Now you see how it's like reverberated throughout the whole team. Like even Gallagher, captain, again, dumb challenge. It was unnecessary. There was Thiago Silva was in front of Gilmore. It was unnecessary. Barely even got the ball. Like it was reckless, and you cost your team. Like you almost cost your team the game at that point. I mean, listen, this is one thing that I'll give Ange, right? People want to criticize the high line and all that. If that's your strong suit, then go for it. Like, why is he going to play defensively if defensively isn't a strong suit? Just like the way I question Poch. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, what? We're winning 3-1. We're not good defensively. We conceded 4 against City. We just conceded 4 against Castle. We're not good defensively. We're Swiss cheese in the back, man. So it's like, why are we trying to play defensive, park the bus when we're not good defensively? Let's just stick to our strong suit. Let's keep, the midfield packed up and try to get some attacks in there. We don't need to do 5 in the back. We're not good defensively. So it's that kind of stuff. I look at Ange like, I don't think that criticism is fair. When you look at Poch doing that kind of stuff and playing defensively, like that's not your strong suit. We could have lost that game. I thought we were gonna. We almost were robbed at the end with that stupid weird VAR call.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Penalty. That was a weird one.
Yeah. Where do you stand with Poch though? Now that you mention it, in regards, like, are you liking what you're seeing? Are the results an issue still, like where you are in the table, or you go, nah, I like the way we're heading and he can turn this around. He's the guy to at least take you forward for the short term.
I mean, I don't know. That's the worst part. I just don't know, because this team's not consistent, flawless. It's like one day, we get a result against Man City, and we're like, all right, cool. We can see some progress. Something's going to happen. Individual players have gotten better. We're looking at, Enzo having a good season, okay season so far. You look at players like Mudryk doing better than last season. You look at, Cucurella having almost like a 180 from last season. People wanted him out, and now people are like, oh, he's our starting left back. And so on and so forth with some players. So you can see there's like progress being made with some players, but the results aren't there. The results aren't there to back them. And, I have people telling me like, oh, if things don't turn around by January, you can see him getting sacked. I think he's going to get time. And I think he should get time. But at the same time, like you need to get results. Results will buy you time. That's how Chelsea's always worked. If you get results, you get time. And that's how it should work. But at the same time, like, I feel like Chelsea are like it's a double-edged sword right now. If they sack the manager, it looks really bad because now the owners just sacked their fourth manager or third manager.
Jeez, you look
Not a good look.
like that.
Sacked Tuchel, sacked Potter. Bruno Salter was there for one day, didn't want the job, and then Lampard was interim. So we went through 4 managers in one season, and now this is our 5th one. So if we were to sack Poch, it's just not a good look, especially considering the team we purchased for him, quote unquote, all the team, the players that we got that were gonna fit his style of play, assuming that was the system that the plan, right? Okay, we're gonna get a manager that's gonna suit a young team. We're gonna get a manager that can play a system. We're gonna get players that suit that kind of system. And again, it's a young team, so now we're seeing like, oh, maybe we should have gotten a little bit more experience, because you see in those games where the experience lacks, where the clinicality lacks. Like Jackson, he's doing okay. Got an assist today, but is he good enough to be challenging the Prem, to be challenging for top 4, top 5? Still up in the air, it's still up in the air.
To be had.
It's still a debate to be had. Yeah, I mean, he's getting goals.
Surfer, where you at with Poch? Guys, because it's been a minute since we've actually spoke about this. As often as we speak, which is crazy.
I think results will it's an obvious thing to say, but results will help a manager. I mean, if he comes out, if we finish on the 3rd of December and he's like won all these games in a row, plus beats Newcastle in the League Cup to get to a semi-final, then things will be up on paper. But football's not paid, but I know we're not going to get maximum points in every single game coming up. It's just how we are, right? But if he was to do that, then a lot of pressure will be eased off him. There'll still be pressure, but it won't be like intense, because then it'll be like, oh yeah, we've got over 30, right, we're closer to 40 points than we were like even early part of last season until we beat Bournemouth. But it's like, and then you get through to the semi-final of a cup, then you start in January, you start going, okay, well, the talk will be about us getting a striker in January, won't it? So it'll be like, if we sign Tony and Osimhen or something like that, then you add it, if Nkunku comes back and he's more settled in, he gets more minutes and he starts playing well, banging in a few goals, a couple of assists, something like that, that helps us win. I mean, for me, I'm not really, like I said all this week, to me, today wasn't about the performance. It was all about the result. It was desperately needed, because we're still in teens when it comes to points. Do you know what I mean? And we're in December. So it's all a fact. It's just getting as many points as possible. I don't believe this team's in a race for Champions League football, but I think it should be in a race for European football, whether that's Conference League or Europa League. You can laugh whatever you want, but it's still European football. I don't like waiting a week. I don't like waiting a week to watch my team, even if we're bad. Do you know what I mean?
I wish I could wait a fucking week to see my team. But here we are. I'm saying we should take a few weeks off. Hey, Jez. Hey, to be fair, you can shut up, mate. That's what you can do. That's what I'm saying. To be fair.
I'm just trying to put on some positive energy on it for United.
Yeah.
You can, in the words of Surf, you can shove it, mate. You know what I'm saying? That's what you can do. You can shove it about your positive.
I'll say this about Poch. Listen, he gets criticised, and rightly so, last week's selections in terms of tactics. Today, like that bonehead Gallagher getting sent off, idiotic, and we played 4 centre backs at the back. We had no fullbacks today. You know what I mean?
Fullback.
And then
no fullbacks FC.
I've got to credit him. He brought on Maatsen to double up on Matoma, and I thought Matoma was fairly neutralised when he came on. I didn't think he had that much. It was a good battle to watch. That it was interesting. Yeah, I think it was the right thing to do, since like Disasi wouldn't. Listen, he's not a right back, so I do expect him to get torn up by a winger, because he's not a natural right back. So it'd be the same for any right back. If you put Thiago Silva out there or Badiashile out there,
centre back, most centre backs, right? Yeah.
So I credit him for that. I credit him for his subs today, but also on Palmer as well. And Palmer was very calm on the ball, used his skill and everything like that. So he was very good. And listen, he was smart, because he took Sterling off. He was on a yellow card. And they took him off at 3-1. So if he got one,
that was a big.
If he got one, he would have been suspended against you guys. So
and we need him. He's been good this season.
Yeah. So I think with him, it's more like game by game, because like we took little strides forward in the games against Spurs and Manchester City, and a massive half a staircase back against Newcastle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, and I just don't know. So it's very strange. I don't think he knows what his preferred 11 is still, because of
Seems like
injuries and
You guys
suspensions
think-
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He hasn't got like a clear. I'd like him to have a run where he has like 10 consecutive games of not making any changes, or little ones here and there.
Team.
Like settle on a core. Do you know what I mean? Settle on a core.
That's
Go
fair.
with that, and then
It's
interchange.
almost-
And before you go, Marshall, one sec. Jacob, if you want the link, let me know and I'll send it over to you. And you lot, Casually FC, the link's in the title. Make sure you click goals. Click the link right now. You know what I'm saying? Right now. Go run up the numbers. What's your next milestone? What are you aiming towards now, Marshall?
3K, man.
3K. So you lot, girls to 3, girls over. There we go. Get Casually FC. Yo, that board is hilarious. Get Casually FC to 3K, man, so we can do a 3K party. We'll go subscribe.
Let's do
Links
it.
in the title.
I forgot.
You click the link and it opens up a new tab, and then that way you can go and subscribe people. And that's whether you're watching live or watching this back. Yeah, go on, Seth.
I need to tell Marshall. He needs to add one of the Sam whenever Liverpool does it. He goes, "Oh my god!"
Oh yeah.
I gotta do some updates. I got a few I gotta add. Man. There's been some good sound bites out there. I gotta add Saeed on there too.
Oh yeah.
But no, like it's like what Surfer was saying. It's sometimes with Poch, he just gets it right. Sometimes with Poch he gets it right, and sometimes with Poch he doesn't. And you know what? This season seems like the opposite of last season, where I feel like we were chopping and changing that attack all the time. I feel like we're chopping and changing the defense all the time now, and like. We are like sometimes we got Levi Colwell left back, sometimes Cucurella's left back. You got Reece James in the right back. Then he gets suspended, and then he gets injured. Malagusta comes in. Then now we have Disasi, and then sometimes Thiago Silva's been the only consistent one back there pretty much. He's played every single Premier League game. So like I agree with Andrew. Like you kind of need like some solidity, like some 11. And you know what? Now with Nkunku coming back, which he's not going to play, he's not going to start against United. He probably come off the bench if anything. He wasn't even on the bench today. But that's another factor too. Like what's going to happen when he comes in? Where is he going to fit into this team?
I also think
he has to be a starter.
I also think though, Lavia coming back will be a lot of help as well, given the fact that you can rotate Ender and Caicedo a lot more. Like today, Lavia would have been. I think Ugo Chukwu was injured, so that's what, because he wasn't even on the bench. But
he wasn't on the bench.
Having someone like Lavia, when you look at how hot-headed Caicedo was in that second half, and probably shouldn't have been sent off, if you're being honest. Bringing someone on like a Lavia, or even Ugo Chukwu today would have been something, because that bench was. I'll say it again: that bench was a disgrace. We spent £1 billion. Yeah, look at our bench. It's a disgrace. That's why I keep saying to people. That's why I keep saying to people. Hang on. I keep saying, but you can throw out. We spent £1 billion. Look how many of those players are like near to 100 million that we spent or over, and we spent 300 million on players that will never play for this club hardly, or will get sold in the next 2 years. That's why I keep telling people. It's like you can throw the headline out all you want, but look at what we've really spent on. Do you know what I mean? And we need to spend more.
$1 billion on hospital patients. That's what we did.
Football club spends a lot of money, and shock horror, they need to spend more. You know what I mean? Shock horror.
But see, that's the funny part about this Chelsea situation, because like I actually agree with you guys as well in terms of not him knowing his best 11. But then this is what I was literally about to ask. Like, do you think he's just literally waiting for guys to come back?
Yeah.
I think so. That's part of it.
To be fair to him, he hasn't had a certain 11 due to suspensions and injuries, really.
That's another thing as well. Like, because I think Simon obviously put in the Sarcasm City group chat fraud. I think Chelsea have the most yellows this season.
Yes.
Which is
top in the league in yellows. At least we're top in the league.
So I don't know if this is So I don't know if this their discipline issue, because today even some yellows that I saw today, I felt like they were unnecessary at times. I mean, Gallagher getting 2 yellows today. Both of them were unnecessary, but I don't know.
The last game was the worst, with the kicking the ball away and getting a yellow for that.
Yeah, this is another thing as well. Like, I feel like at this point, you guys should, I mean, any footballer right now, like, you guys should know you're getting yellows for these every time now when you do that, like, or most of the time. So yeah. And by the way, Brighton, 1 win in 2 months. The Zerbi.
Oh, do you know what Lewis?
Right.
Called him on Twitter? Do you know what Lewis
We
called him
call
on Twitter?
What did he say?
He posted a quote and he called him "shut up the herpes."
The herpes, yeah.
Fucking cool. All I'm saying,
No, but I don't think. Listen, I think apart from now, people can say we got dominated, but if you really think about it, apart from the goal was scored in the first half. I can't remember Sanchez doing any proper saves. Really, this is what I mean when I say possession's like probably the most meaningless stat in this game, unless you do something. Because, we got overran fine, but we went 2-0 up, and I think we sort of fell off. We didn't press them. We should have pressed them more and went 2-0 up. That's our big mistake, and that should have been more from coming from the sidelines and the senior players. Where we should have gone, like, we've got a real chance to step on these. Like, let's do it even before they. So I think they scored their first goal before the red card, if I'm correct. I think that was
after. I think it was.
Was it? So I thought Gallagher set up on the 45th.
Because it was literally right before
45th was Gallagher.
Yeah,
right before
but we should have.
Gallagher.
No, but they played fine. But it's like they were missing players. That's absolutely fine. But
I
that's
thought they were
football,
awful.
isn't it? We got no excuses when we miss players, or when Spurs miss players, or United miss players, or
Newcastle who were missing players.
Yeah, no one gives excuses for that. I mean, that's on you, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You miss players. I don't see why. Yeah. I don't see why they should be afforded anything. Oh, they've missed players. That's not on us. We need to be. We haven't beaten teams that have got missing players. So why? You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't care.
It's Brighton. Yeah, remember last season, Brighton and Ciso made his debut with us, and he ended up, scoring a goal. Or he didn't make his debut, but he was up and coming, and he basically started getting game time because of injuries. And now look at him; he's a starter at Brighton. He's a key player of theirs. I would say.
Oh,
it's like, it's not like Brighton doesn't have talent with these other team players.
I said first half, Jesters, not second half. Second half, he had a couple of saves, Sanchez.
He had one really good save.
Yeah, but you know what
that came from, though? But you know what that came from? That comes from the fact that Brighton had to go and put more pressure. And this is why
we got four corners in a row.
That's what I thought. That's why I thought Brighton was awful, in my opinion. I think Chelsea. I feel like with Chelsea today, I think Chelsea was great today. Like, I think Chelsea could have played especially after we went up 2-0. I thought you guys could have played better, and I think even the stats showed that. I think you had one more shot after you scored the second, which is like you should. This is where you just gotta go and take that game just out of your reach for Brighton. But Brighton were awful today. The attack, my goodness.
I would have thought he would have bought on João Pedro and Matoma at halftime.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what I would have done. Yeah. I would have bought them on at halftime. Have a good 45 minutes into the game, because João Pedro scored a good header. I don't know how he scored, since we have got like 4 centre backs, but he somehow scored from a header, which is mad. And then Matoma, like I said, we sort of counted him, but I would have bought him on at half time, just to go, okay, let's get into this game as quickly as possible, because I think. But that second half, they really didn't start doing anything until after we went 3-1 up. They didn't do anything. They didn't do anything, and I know Sanchez made a good couple of saves, but I wasn't fearing anything until they scored that second, and I saw like 10 minutes of extra of added on time, and I was like, shit, like that. Do you know what I mean? It was.
Well, I do give credit to Chelsea though, because they did. I did feel like Chelsea did a good job keeping them away from being edgy, because I feel like if you turned up like the Newcastle game, I think Brighton would have gotten something today then.
Yeah, so, and also let me just I know Cole scored, but I thought he didn't have a good game. That first goal that they scored, I mean, I don't know why modern day footballers do this. I don't know why they show inverted wingers onto their strongest foot. I have no idea why they do that, because it really annoys me. It's like when I see Doku play on the right, I go, well, why are you showing people like the right back, showing him on his left? Or showing him onto his right. It's like, no, stay goal side and make him go past you and use the left, because it's weaker. I don't understand. It's like Colwell showed whatever, I can't pronounce it, but I don't know.
Just call him Facundo.
Yeah. And it's like, why would you do that? It doesn't make. It's like when Jack Grealish, I'm not, again, it's like, I just don't
he's not
understand.
a left back, Andrew.
No. But even so, if you're in the centre, it's like, you don't show them onto their strongest foot. Even though, but I see even like modern day left backs and right backs do it. I'm not even like doing it as in terms of like he's centre back. I see like Cucurella do it. I see even Reece James do it sometimes. They will show them onto their strongest foot, and it's like, no, keep them go on the make them go past you.
I'm still not convinced with Colwell left back. I just really hate seeing it every time. Like, I know he didn't have the worst game today. Yeah, he's a left center back. He didn't, he wasn't like,
But today was desperate.
But
Today was desperate though, because we didn't have any.
Yeah.
We got no left back at all and no right back at all. That's the thing.
Yeah.
We have both our right backs are out through suspension injury, and same with our left backs. I mean, he refuses to play Maatsen at left back. Just refuses to, even though he came on and played like sort of a right wing back role today. So it's like we gave Lewis Hall away, didn't we? So we haven't even got like anyone on there. So that might need to be. Well, it depends obviously when Chilwell's back, I suppose.
Yeah.
He should be back in I think the early months of the year or something like that. But Gusto's out for another 3 weeks, about 2 to 3 weeks. I think they said. He's potentially out for, and then you got Reece James. He's always got an injury above him somewhere. Do you know what I mean? So, but it's just a general thing. I just do not like this showing him onto the inside. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
That also makes me not be as critical with the attack because they don't have proper left back and right back. They can't do like runs and overlap.
Yeah.
The wingers didn't have much support today's game. I know, Sterling in the first 20 minutes of the game or so, he looked electric, but then kind of went invisible. Mudryk had his moments as well. Almost had a brilliant goal with that quick turnaround that he had and took a shot from outside the box and went wide.
Yeah. He needs to improve though. Just his general first touch. I mean, he's very fast, but he forgets the ball sometimes. So he runs beyond the ball. So it's like
I just think he needs to run of games. Once he gets to run of games, I think it'll be okay.
I think that's what I'm saying about like Jess has put in the chat. Cole hasn't been impressive with centre back, but that's the problem I have with Poch. He keeps changing the centre back pairings. He's got to pick a partnership.
Yeah.
Even if you're sticking with Thiago, which I don't want because I think we have to phase Thiago out and actually build an actual centre back partnership, whether that's Disasi and Balashile or Colwell, whatever a combination of that is. Just you need to start building a centre back partnership. That's what winning teams are based on. Of building, even if they go out for suspension or injury, the basis of most championship winning teams are like partnerships, whether that's centre back, midfielder, or like a attacking partnership or something like that. So I think we have to do that. But yeah, I mean.
I do want to ask, going back to the question about Poch, and look, I'm willing to give Poch time. I think this team does have potential. We've seen what it can do at its best, and we've also seen what it can do at its worst. But like I said, I think with consistency and more discipline, and as these players get older and more experienced, they might start getting more consistent results, and we have potentially a really good team. However, what I wanted to ask was, do you think if we win that Carabao Cup, if we end up getting a trophy, that changes everything? Then even if we don't that automatically gives us a Conference League, right? The Carabao Cup?
Yes, we'll be Conference League,
Yeah, we'll be Conference League, yeah.
So then does the Premier League results not matter as much if we win that Carabao Cup?
Do. The thing about this, the thing about teams that win the Carabao Cup, it can go one or two ways. They can sort of slack off like the end of the season, like sort of Manchester United did a little bit. I know they finished third and got to the FA Cup final. Or they can you can build upon that. It's your first. It's the group's first. This group's first trophy, winning something.
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho.
It's ownership's first trophy.
Jose Mourinho always it's 2 stints here. The first trophy he won in both his stints as a League Cup. The first one he always treasures because it was the first silverware that group ever won together. And they were playing one in the league in that season. No doubt 'cause they won the title, but it builds like a thing. It's when I don't, and this isn't against Jez, it's when I don't get Arsenal and Spurs or Arsenal and Spurs fans when they write off the cups. You know what I mean? It's like first of all, how dare you, since you haven't really won it. I know that Arsenal won the FA Cup a few times in 20 years, but they've not won the League Cup. You know, Arsenal have not won the League Cup. It will be 31 years in 2024. They've not won the League Cup. 31 years they've not won the League Cup.
Ancient history.
But it's like when, especially Spurs fans, and I'm sure Jacob's in that way, but like when I hear some Spurs fans go, yeah, well, I'd rather Champions League football. So what would Champions League football give you unless you're going to win it? Do you know what I mean? Was it okay? So like a few games on Tuesday and Wednesdays, and you go away to a European tie or something like that. I don't get it. It's like win something, win something, build something. Especially that's what Spurs missed out. I'm telling you right now, when Poch was there, Spurs had won a trophy. I think it would have helped them so much with winning mentality. I think it would have. That group. Harry Kane at his best, Son at his best. You've got Ericsson, you've got Dele Alli, you've got the two centre backs, you've got Rose, you've got Walker over there.
Just like that call right. Hey, before in that period, I liked Luis. After 2018, though, nah. But imagine, I hear you. Like,
imagine if you'd won. Say if you'd won. Imagine if you'd won a League Cup in that 15-16 season. Imagine if they've actually got the winning mentality, what it might have done for chasing down Leicester. Now, I don't know if you would have caught them, but I mean, that would have given you so much momentum going, okay, we've won this, now we want to win the league. Do you know what I mean? Maybe if you'd won it in 16-17, like maybe you would have
one thing I say,
maybe not, but
I feel like what I've done as well is like, even if it's not for the league titles, even some of these FA Cup semi-finals or finals, or who knows, Champions League final would help some of these guys. Like just knowing, just some simple thing like that. So yeah, I 100% agree. Like I'm not being a fan of throwing cup competitions away. I'm just never been. Even though sometimes I understand circumstances like FA Cup draw just happened. We playing Burnley at
exactly.
Like we should really win that, even with the guys on the pitch. So if you don't win that, obviously I will have to look at the manager.
But look at the FA Cup. Look at the FA Cup for everyone. One of Arsenal's or Liverpool is going out.
Yeah,
in the third round. They're going out.
That's a great draw, man. Out. Love that, man. Arsenal or Liverpool guaranteed to lose.
What I'm saying is, all banter aside, but that's a big one, a big fish out of the pool in early rounds. You know what I mean? Yes. Early rounds, it's done. And Newcastle got a tricky local thing away to Sunderland. I think they'll beat them. Yeah. But it's away to Sunderland. Do you know what I mean? It's like that. So it just makes me mad when other clubs, like top 6 clubs. I mean, Jacob put it in chat. He didn't say what he'll do, but he'll want to win.
Yeah, we know what Jacob's like, man. Jake, we know he's just a wild boy. That's what he is. He's a wild. He is an absolute.
He's a fraudulent freak.
He is a walking pulse. So that's what he is.
Freakish fraud. Yeah.
The amount of times you have to say pulse. Hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? When we play,
but it's like
be talking.
Flawless. I mean, look at Flawless when they won the League Cup last season, first trophy in 6 years.
Over the moon. Over the moon. People talking about, I won't celebrate. It's not when you haven't eaten in 6 years. You know what I'm saying? If someone gives you dry pasta, that's gonna taste like lobster. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna taste like.
What I'm saying is like,
lobster. What are we talking about here?
Of course, in the list of priorities for the big clubs, the 2 cups are not going to be that big, but you should still celebrate winning them. I mean, I'm pissed that we haven't won a lot. We should have won a load more FA Cups over the years, because me, it's all about getting as many trophies as possible so you take over Arsenal, essentially. So that argument then goes out the window, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? You take over Arsenal's the whole trophy thing, excluding the dishes that they like to add onto their own total.
China.
But it's like that's why I'm so pissed. It's like we should if we win a League Cup and finish like 8th or 7th or something like that, would I say it's a fantastic season? No, but I'm never going to turn down a cup.
Progress.
It's progress. It's progress if I go next season we actually see progress.
Yeah, like that's what it is.
But this is what I said. But I think it's just the culture that's been created, and I think it's just what I think it's just what it is. Like you're gonna get the fans like, and I think it's not just our fan. It's not just our fan base in Arsenal. I think also other top 6 clubs, like they're like, if you out, we go out. But yeah, I just willingly to go out. I never really agree with those ones though. I never really did. Like, I remember even the Conference League. I was pissed when they didn't allow us to play that last game, even though because we couldn't play that last game, we couldn't qualify. So it's like I was still pissed because it would have been more games, but you never know because that Conference League, we could have probably won that still. Like even the Europa League under Joseph, I still feel like we could have won that if the team didn't break down the way it did.
Hey, let us in the Conference League. We win that. We've won everything in football again. Do you know what I mean? It's all good.
Yeah, I'm with that. Man, we currently in it's seventh is Europa League, right?
No, it's the Conference League.
It's Conference League seventh.
Yeah,
because we currently seventh. Hey, if we go into the Conference League next season, they better win that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Plus the trophy actually looks nice. I'm like, they better win that. You will definitely. Here's the thing is, people, if United finish seventh and get in the Conference League, you will get Conference League watch-alongs. However, if you finish in the Europa, however, if we finish in the Europa League spots, you are not getting Europa League watch-alongs. I'm just telling you that now. Yeah, really? I can't deal with that. I can't. Just was there. It was so bad, them Europa League watch-alongs, the group stages. I let Jez on the stream. Jez was like, I was like,
that's how bad it was, yeah.
It really was. Like, I was legit, like, it was that bad. Like, Jez felt bad for me. That's how
you
bad
want to watch United versus Antwerp or something. Like, what are we talking about, man?
Give me you know what? It's just something different, man. It's something new. You know what I'm saying? It's something new. It's a new trophy. You know what I'm saying? New background, new color. You know what I'm saying? And that. I'm like, let's run this. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm thinking of. The thumbnails, it looks different. You know what I'm saying?
Thursday, Sunday football for a couple of weeks.
Thursday, Sunday. Hey, it works for me.
I still remember the days, man, when we were the first English team to play there, and they told me we're gonna play 9 a.m. in the morning. Oh my god!
That's crazy. Man. Well, hey, love to everyone that is still locked in. Continue to run up the likes. Just under 170 people here, only at 77 likes. So we need to get to 100 likes. Let's get up to triple digits. Like check 1212 when you enter the city of sarcasm. Pay the toll. Don't forget Marshall's channel, Casually FC. The link is in the title. So whether you're watching live right now or watching this back after the live or listening on the audio, one of the audio platforms, whatever the case may be, make sure you click the link in the title and subscribe to Marshall's channel. Continue to get your questions in. Keep them Tottenham Hotspur, Chelsea, or Manchester United related, Spurs, Chelsea, or Manchester United related as well. Big up to Justice, who says, damn, it's 2 a.m. in the UK. My man Flawless Surfer and Jez doing late night work. Only others doing work in the red light district. You crazy, Justice, but big up for the compliment. And big up to the person who said on the Twitch was like Sarcasm City, the city that never sleeps. I forgot who said it. And I want to give you your flowers, but I forgot. But that's a fire motto, so big up to you as well. To Cassie, who said, we'll get onto that because Cassie's saying, and I seen C1 here earlier, fan bases are confident going into that game. I don't know why. But Marshall, where do you stand? Obviously, Wednesday, Manchester United, Chelsea, Wednesday, 8:15 p.m. UK time, kickoff, people. There we go.
I don't know, man. That's the problem. This team is so up, down, and around, and I'm feeling knowing our luck because we're going to Old Trafford. It's gonna be a draw. Mm-hmm. But I want to say we're in this position where we could win this. We could win it. It could be 2-1 that Chelsea win it. And I want to believe that. But everything is telling me, God damn it, we're cursing. We're just going to get a draw again. But we're not playing bad. We're just not getting the results. That's up in the air. Against Newcastle, we played terrible. But prior to Newcastle, we weren't necessarily playing bad. I would argue we're playing better than you guys. I don't know. You guys have been
well, what you said, but not really much up and down, but just in regards to the performances are not good, but we still managed to get results. Even Newcastle, as bad as we were, they only beat us 1-0. I think that's more testament to the quality of the league as well. The game is too. We were saying it on the Back Again podcast when we were talking about it towards the end, and me and Lewis are just both we could see any of the results. So United win, the Chelsea win, or a draw, all fit because these teams are so both consistently inconsistent. And you have no idea what we're going to get. I don't know what Manchester United... Actually, I tell a lie. I know what Manchester United are going to turn. But I don't know what Chelsea are going to turn up, which then determines the result. So I can see it. If you said Chelsea are going to win, I'd be like, I hear that. If Seth is draw, I hear that too. It's
a neutral. Yeah. I can't. This it's
a mid-off C1. It's a mid-off. Yeah, go on, Jess, because you've been waiting for this score.
Nah, because I've been actually waiting for this game because I've been just thinking. So it's Chelsea. No, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this game.
It's the game I look forward to every season. Not gonna lie.
Manchester United, Chelsea. Why?
Yeah,
Because 2011, 2012, you know what I mean? Like, that's the rivalry back then, you know. Ronaldo versus Ashley Cole, and then we got Terry, we got Vidic and Rio Ferdinand. Like, there was always a classic for me, you know, back when we were high and mighty. Now we're mud brothers, man. Now we're in the trenches here.
We're not mud brothers, we're crud brothers.
We're crud brothers.
Like, because I was thinking about it real quick before. This could be the type of game where Rashford just all of the sudden just turns out and scores a brace.
I swear to fucking God, if he turns up, I don't know.
Call the season if Rashford just turns up and scores a brace. If Rashford scores a brace against you lot,
bro, he's gonna turn up with meal rations at this point.
There needs to be major questions if that happens. What is going on?
See, that's why I love this feature, especially in recent times, is because there's always some nonsense going on. Like, remember Casemiro
there is also some foolishness going on in this game. You're right.
Yeah, so obviously even
go on, Karen,
it's just gonna be hilarious. Yeah, because it's hilarious because Varane not gonna play. I think that's obviously obvious. So advantage Chelsea there. Is Dalot gonna play? If Dalot's gonna play, that's an advantage for Chelsea too. Like, Ten Hag is literally out there sabotaging, but then is Chelsea? Are the Chelsea player just gonna
depends? I don't know. Dalot might play, might not. I don't know. But
that's what I mean. So like, based on what I feel like Ten Hag is just gonna help Chelsea, but then Chelsea players are just gonna miss their chances, and then these games.
So Ten Hag's gonna help Chelsea, but then the Chelsea players are gonna help us. Is that what you're saying?
Cancel each other out. Man. Like, that's why I can't wait for the game, honestly.
Yeah.
That's probably what's going to happen. We're going to create a bunch of chances. Might not put them away. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we've been scoring goals, but defensively, that's where I'm worried. Defensively, I feel like just one moment and Bruno Fernandes is going to score a brace. Like, you know, it's
some bullshit like that. And our attackers don't score. Well, I could see that happening. I could see him. People like, see, this is why he's the guy. And all right, fucking remontada. No more remontadas, man. Word to Saeed. He was right, man. No more remontadas. The cast is flawless. How would you line up versus Chelsea? Pray.
Towards Mecca.
I just pray to whoever the universe, whoever God.
You better hope someone like hides chicken in their meals or something before they get told traffic. You know what I mean?
So,
we're saying feeding the Chelsea player what's raw chicken it was.
Yeah, put it mixed into their sandwiches or something like that. You know.
Yeah, to cast. Who do I play? I don't.
The manager falling under the pressure. Raw chicken. I think Ten Hag will do. This. I think Ten Hag will be a coward and he'll drop Mino to the bench and bring an Amrabat because they'll probably think Mino didn't play that well.
He'll play McTominay,
Bruno. Amrabat and Bruno in midfield. I think Garnacho will come back.
Garnacho started against Newcastle.
Oh, did he start? Oh,
yeah, it was Garnacho, Rashford.
He was there.
Martial.
Okay, so
he'll stick with that. It depends because Højlund's coming back from injury and he came off the bench against Galatasaray and he came off the bench against Newcastle. So Højlund could start. That's a toss-up, but it will be Rashford. Yeah, I think it will be Rashford, Garnacho. Midfield, who knows with this guy? Whatever it is, we gonna stink. It don't matter. It don't matter the performance. It don't matter the performance.
I think he'll keep the same back four.
Talking about stinking up the place. Thoughts on the Newcastle game?
This funny guy.
We need to talk.
Hey, we talked about Tottenham. We talked about Chelsea.
Yeah. With the Newcastle
I'm waiting
game,
here to talk about United.
Yeah, so I spoke about this today, earlier on. Spoke about the Back Again podcast we did before that and yesterday. But yeah, in regards to the Newcastle game, same old. Nothing new. Never poor performance. It's just the fact that we played better opposition than we've been playing recent. When we've been going on this great run, and I put a run in there. When you're not playing your Lutons and Evertons and Sheffield Uniteds and Burnleys, that's all well and good beating the relegation sides. Cool. Plaudits. But all right, that's what happened. Let's see what happens when those performances go up against better sides. And you've seen it. There wasn't too much too much difference in the performance against Everton where we won 3-0 and the Newcastle game where we won 1-0. There wasn't too much. They were not worlds apart, but yet we won 3-0 and lost 1-0 because Newcastle are a much better side, and that's just us. We're just a mess from everywhere. There's no organization. There's no cohesion. This whole thing about Varane not playing to play out from the back. Have you seen us play? Like you was cursing today, Jez, about how Spurs looked at times. That was us the entire time against Newcastle. To the point where I'm saying just go direct. Put McTominay on the right wing and hit him. When when Højlund came on, just go direct. And the few times we did it, even if we lost the first ball, you win the second ball, then you're higher up the pitch. Maguire, Shaw, Dalot, Wan-Bissaka are not good enough on the ball to do that consistently. Those four picking up the ball, and then you've got McTominay who hides anyway, and then you've got Bruno who's terrible, who's not terrible but not good on the half turn. Maino's good. Like I said, what was it? The stat on that? McTominay, Onana had more completed passes than Onana. Yeah,
no, it was touches.
Yeah, touches. Onana had more touches on the ball than our central midfielder. What are we doing out here? Our central midfielder playing for Manchester United. So that tells you.
But one thing I do want to say, Arsenal, with that one is because I actually had the opportunity to ask them. Do you think it's instructions by the manager though?
What to play out from the back?
No. McTominay not even getting on the ball like that because
he did that. He did that under Oli.
Yeah, this is what I was about to go into.
Yeah. Like hiding isn't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nah, hiding is
Yeah, this is his trait.
When you hide, that's one thing. There's no way that Ten Hag went out there and has gone this woman right. I want you to get minimal touches playing in central midfield. If he did, I'd be like, that's the right move. 19 might be too much. You know what I'm saying? Just have him out there running around if you go and play him.
Because remember when Mount was playing and he had kind of similar stats where dude barely touched the ball. And I feel, obviously, I'm just going to agree with you on the thing because I saw that under Oli as well when I was watching United. The guy doesn't really want to have the football, which makes sense because he's very limited on the ball, which makes sense. But I feel like, could there be, because I looked at your position map as well and your passing map, dude is pretty much playing like a second striker. So he's not even in an areas to be there to begin with. And I was thinking, is it a part of him, one, not wanting to show for the ball, but two, also the manager not wanting him to be in deeper areas to even have to touch it to begin with?
I think it's both. I think it's him not showing because whether he plays higher up the pitch or whether he collects the ball from the back four, he always hides. That's just him. And he's not very good when he gets on it. Like that's what it is. So this whole playing out from the back, you need midfielders who want the ball. You need defenders who are comfortable on the ball like that. I don't look at any of our team and see that. That tells you all you need to know. Big up to Eddie as well. Says, nah, he trashed Flawless. You had it right when I was talking about Bruno. But yeah, the Newcastle game, insert game here. If you've seen one Manchester United performance this season, you've seen them all. Like whether we win, whether we lose, whether we draw, the performance is very much the same. Disjointed, not good. Opposition will more often than not waste chances. There's very few games I can remember where even when we've won and kept a clean sheet that the opposition, like the Everton game, Everton had good chances in that game. They just didn't have the quality to take those chances. Same way even Newcastle, they didn't have the quality to take their chances more so. And this is why you see us get bopped off the park by a Manchester City in comfortable fashion. So yeah, man, it was nothing new and just goes to show where we're at as a team and where this manager is and how I'm back in this. When Luke Shaw comes back, you know, that Luke Shaw upgrade quieted down expeditiously. Quiet.
That
help us progress the ball and blah 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 and all this. All right, sure.
Did you hear this one? Did you hear the new one when Lisandro comes back?
Yeah, like that's gonna help us with goals. He scored 16 goals in 14 league games.
My goodness.
More goals than you guys this season?
Yeah, of course. He scored 16 goals in 14 league games. We scored the same amount as Bournemouth from Nottingham Forest.
Remember when Flawless asked us where the Chelsea goals were going to come from?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
What happened? You want Jackson? We'll let you borrow Jackson.
Say that again.
Nah, Jackson Riz.
You can keep Jackson.
You don't want that Jackson Riz? All right.
Nah. You can keep Jackson.
Hey, respect. No. Hold on. Respect Jackson, man. He's part of this nobody community, man.
Hey, you know what? How do you know he just likes one nobody? You know what I'm saying? How do you know he's a part of the community? He like
I see one the way he behaves.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, if somebody knows the signs, it's definitely you.
Yeah,
So you're right. If someone knows the signs of a snow, if someone who's in the snowbody community, it's definitely fucking you, Jess. 100%. I forgot who I was talking to for a second, didn't it?
Yeah, you
know
can laugh. He got inspired. He got an assist today, so he got inspired.
Yeah, you got an
Clearly,
assist.
innit? Clearly, and Justice just says flawless of the squad quit on Ten Hag. No, they're just not very good. Keep saying this.
I was hearing your thing. It was like, it's nice to play out from the back, but if you don't have the players, what's the point?
Yeah, just go a little
Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, and Dalot aren't the players who play out the back. Do you know what I mean? And you got McTominay, Kobe Mino is an unknown, and Bruno. I mean, you don't.
You work with look at what you've got and work with what you have, which you did last season. Like, and our goals did drive, because I said this all summer long in regards to outside of Rashford, who's scoring our goals.
And you can criticise Rashford all you want, and which is correct because he's playing crap. Yep. Look how important his goals are. You know
this is why I defended him last season when people was on his case.
Without Rashford, you don't score. I know he scored 3 against Everton, but
it's just a general. It was a wonder.
Don't score.
It was a wonder strike and a penalty. That tells you all you need to know. So in regards to Justice, do I believe the squad have quit on the manager? No, I just don't think they're very good. And when they face adversity, they crumble. So adding them not having the mental skill to take on the challenge, I think they also lack physicality, because we have one of the most unathletic teams in general. Like, when I say physicality, people, I'm not just talking pace and power. I'm talking strength. I'm talking agility. I'm talking like mobility, balance. We don't have, there's very few players across our side that are athletic. And you need that. When you look at the best teams in Europe or the best teams in the league, their team is filled with that. Because people just think, athletics, just think, pace and power when you say athletics, when you say physicality. No, I'm talking balance. I'm talking being agile. Like Bernardo Silva, for instance. I've used him before as an example. He has physicality, but because he's not 6 foot plus and built like a Diamond Traore, people don't associate that with him. But he's extremely mobile, fantastic balance, great agility. Maddison's another one. We don't associate him with physicality, but he has physicality. And Leach says Chelsea also doesn't have physicality to an extent, and that's also why they're 10th.
Yeah, I think ours is more mentality than actual.
Yeah, that's true.
But going back, it was like, because everyone was going, but look at the last 15 minutes when Newcastle dropped off. Yeah, do you know why they dropped off? So they made 2 subs yesterday. One of them was a goalkeeper, right? Matt Ritchie, the other goalkeeper. People don't remember this, but against PSG, he didn't make any subs against PSG. No subs whatsoever. Matt Ritchie was the first sub in nearly 3 hours of football in 2 games yesterday.
Jeez.
That's why they dropped off. They went 90 plus minutes away at PSG, and then 90 plus minutes against you lot. He made 1 sub, and it was Matt Ritchie. Because look at their sub bench. It's just their sub bench is ridiculous.
Just PL 2.
So it's like
keepers.
You had half chances, but that's because Newcastle were literally running on
half chance. It was just
empty. Yeah,
that's what when Ten Hag was saying about how United was resilient. Bro, what Newcastle was. If this was United being resilient, what the hell was Newcastle? Because these guys been just running off their socks for the last week or two.
They were fucking cool.
Let me tell you this right now. We won't let you play at the back. Our team likes to press.
No.
Gallagher, I know will be missing from that, but our team usually likes to press. So we'll get pressed by Sterling, Jackson, and Palmer, and whoever else plays up there. You will get pressed. Whether you play around us or not, it's a totally different story. Whether we'll get the ball or not, it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter, but what I mean is it's not guaranteed. But we will press you at the back. We do. It's a Poch team. Poch's team press. I know PSG didn't, but that's because they're lazy. Do you know what I mean? So, and it shows. So,
right.
You don't press like Newcastle. That's fine, but we still press.
Yeah, and you don't have to press well to
exactly.
Newcastle
didn't Everton press you? Everton pressed you, right?
You don't have to have their exceptional press. Yeah, everyone.
Galatasaray press you. Galatasaray press you.
Copenhagen.
That's the thing. Like pressing is just a normal part. Like it's just some teams just are more aggressive than other teams. Like I mean, a Poch team that I remember always wants to be pressing aggressively, but Newcastle's and who know another level are shit. Like they press like Newcastle press like Arsenal and what's it called? Arsenal and City when it comes to that.
Yeah, and to Eli who says flawless, when do you think Ten Hag will get the boot? Liverpool, because we gonna get embarrassed.
If you lose heavily to Liverpool, like I'm talking near enough the same result or very close.
That could easily happen.
Anything above 2, like it's a dominant, like a real dominating performance, like an absolute, like pre-pause and
a decent amount of time,
an ass slapping, like really kicking your ass. Then he's got to go. And the problem is that you should all fear this is who do they get in? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they get someone in right away, or do they do like a Ragnick thing where it takes to the end of the season? You're just restarting again. When do you want the restart to happen? Right away, or do you leave it till the end of the season?
A vicious cycle.
Okay, Floss,
so I don't think it
Floss, can I ask you?
Hold that thought. Just 1 second. And to Leach, who says Ten Hag doesn't start Varane because Maguire can't play left centre back. One, he can play left centre back. He's more than capable. 2, Varane should be starting. Like whether it's right centre, it should just be Varane and Shaw, which he played last season. And on top of that, was successful playing last season for like
this right centre back, left centre
left centre back. Just
play, fallacy, man.
My God, Jez, what's your question?
Thiago Silva's playing for left this season. He's right-footed for Christ's sake.
Like, bro, let's stop it. Exactly, like
stop this, man.
Stupid, man. But now on to us, because I'm seeing obviously rumours and even some fans actually supporting it who want Ten Hag out. How would you feel if United hired Graham Potter as manager?
The same as I'd feel about Ten Hag being in charge. The same.
Because I've seen this going around. Like, hire Graham Potter. This guy's better than
exactly. This is why I always say it comes back to one of my sayings: keep fans as far away from the decision making of the football club as possible. I want fans nowhere near involved. Nowhere near.
You would then just go with the intern and just want to rather just ride it out for the rest of the season like that.
Yeah, I just go get flicked till the end of the season. That's what I go and do.
Yeah.
If we're not gonna, in the ideal world, I want a DOF and then a manager.
Yeah,
we're saying hypothetically we sack, so we won't have a DOF by the time we play Liverpool. So let's say we get packed by Liverpool, he gets sacked. I would go and get flicked till the end of the season. To lead you saying must be Xavi Alonso. Nah, because what's Xavi Alonso done for the Manchester United job?
Yeah, let me get this right. Let me get this right, yeah. Xavi Alonso. Now, depending how Thomas Tuchel finishes, and Thomas Tuchel is not safe in that Bayern Munich job, by the way.
Nope.
No matter what anyone tells you, right? And there's something happening with Ancelotti. You don't even know if he's going to stay or not. There's a rumor that there's a clause in his contract that there's only 3 teams that can come that will have a lower buyout clause or something that he can speak to. Right? It's Liverpool, Real Madrid, and Bayern Munich, right? If you don't think if he leads Bayern Leverkusen to either the title or very close to it, if you don't think one of those 2 teams, I'm going to pick him up first. There's no way he picks Manchester. I don't think he picks Manchester United because he played for Liverpool.
That could tie into it. And I can trust Xavi Alonso's process. What has Xavi Alonso done? And this is no disrespect.
Learn from Chelsea's mistakes, as we did the same thing with Potter.
Yeah, this is no disrespect to Xavi Alonso whatsoever, because I think I've heard that he's doing a great job at Leverkusen. Cool. You know what this sounds like? I was having this exact conversation 2 months ago about De Zerbi on this channel, sat in this chair, on this microphone, on this goddamn channel.
Preach.
And I was told, De Zerbi this, De Zerbi that. You man was shouting it from Spider-Man rooftops. That man went 2 months without a win. 2 months word to Wiley. And then 2 months without a win, and you lot went quiet. Like, again, we're watching a manager, Ten Hag, who had more success.
6 months ago, you trusted his process.
He's had more success. He's had more success at a previous club than Xavi Alonso was, actually winning trophies in a bigger club as well, where there is more pressure to actually win, and we're watching him crumble. The bar to manage Manchester United, I put a high bar on it. You have to have done certain things. Is even at 2 seasons at the top level?
No.
How long has he been at
Bayern? This is second season.
Oh, he's in his second season.
This is second season.
Right, so I need you to. So basically, you're 2 years old. You're a year and a half old. I need more. I need you more to be a year and a half old.
By the way, it's not his second season. Obviously, last season he came. He came. Last season he came mid through, so this really is official first season coaching. Before that, he was only coaching the youth teams in the what's it called, Real
Yeah,
Sociedad.
relax.
Yeah,
Like bring me someone
yeah.
with some form. To me, to manage Manchester United Football Club, you have to have some form of CV.
I think not only CV. I think not only CV, but I feel like
And it needs to be more. But that's number one for me. I have to look at your CV. You, because this is no disrespect to Bayer Leverkusen. There's no the difference in terms of pressure and the eyes and scrutiny that is on you at Bayer Leverkusen compared to Manchester United is in two complete different universes. At least
100%.
they're a huge club. You know what I'm saying? Produce some of the best players, and we're watching the manager who's been under pressure crumble right now. Because Ten Hag, do I believe he's a bad manager? No. I just think the pressure's getting to him, and I think once he leaves here, he will be successful elsewhere. Like all our managers bar Oli. Every manager who's been here since Sir Alex has gone elsewhere and had success. Because guess what? That's their level. Mourinho went to Spurs, then he went to Roma, won the Conference League, I believe. Moyes went to West Ham, won the Conference League. Van Gaal went and managed the national team, I believe, reached a World Cup semi-final, I think, in that process. So it's kind of like them managers are good for certain levels, and that's what people fail to realize is some managers are just good for certain levels. Like Emery. I think he's good
you'll
for
go for Hansi Flick.
Till the end of the season, I'm with it. I'd go get Flick.
No, I think like just next permanent. I think next permanent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now, here's the thing: is if it was Ragnick as DOF and then Flick as a manager, I'm with that.
Ragnick won't come back there after.
Yeah, I don't know if Ragnick was going to come back. Seems like he burned a bridge with him.
Hey, no, don't do that. That was the old regime. This is Jim Ratcliffe. Everything's different. Sorry. Yeah, this is Jim Ratcliffe. It's Jim Ratcliffe.
Hey, Floss.
Oh yeah, Jim Ratcliffe.
And let's be serious and that. We're on Sarcasm City, but let's be serious for a second.
Ratcliffe Revolution, yeah.
Ratcliffe Revolution. You know what? That's going to be a title. I can see that.
You think?
Hang on, doesn't he start this week? Is it official this week?
I've been told he's been starting for the last 2. I thought he's already been here for the last 2 weeks, but
hang on.
I heard the Saudis still have a bid.
Who's the Nice manager? Because they're doing quite well this season, right? Who's the Nice manager?
I think his name is Fucci.
He might go over at the end of the season.
Out fucking rages.
You know the hilarious part about that manager is he was actually the service assistant at Shakhtar.
They installed him first as coach. Right, and then De Zerbi comes in the summer as manager. That's what happened.
But with United, by the way, I'm listen. If you guys sack Eric Ten Hag and you go for Flick, and it starts going,
when I say go for Flick, I'd only have Flick. I'd only sign him up till the end of the season. That's what I would do. I wouldn't sign him on a long-term deal.
So who would you go next season then? What else is
that's
out
where it
there?
ties in. No, in an ideal world, that's why I said you get the DOF, and then the DOF let him pick the manager because they'll have a list. That's when the ideal world.
Yeah, maybe.
That's an
ideal world. If the DOF picks a manager and things start going south, I think you guys just got to stick with it though. Like if the DOF picks a manager,
depends how bad it is. As long as I'm willing to with the DOF, and if he picks his guy and it's going wrong, as long as it's not terribly wrong, I'm with it. As long as
I would argue,
I'm asking do the basics. As long as we do the basics, I'm cool with that. I'm cool.
Because I get that. I would argue even now though, like it's tough to say because like you guys have not been doing well when it comes to the performances, but you're getting results with the the relegation teams and a nice result here and there or a draw here and there. But like it's just the cycle. How long do you sack and change a manager and you're still in the same place, still not competing, still not, winning where you need to?
Depends the fans you're talking to, because I'm not looking at us to compete yet. I'm asking for the basics. Just be an organized unit.
I think that's the big issue.
It just kind of, to me, it kind of sounds like where Chelsea kind of were prior to Tuchel, where it's like, let's just get to top 4,
I even asking for top 4. I have not even mentioned positions. You know what I'm saying? Pause.
The
Like, I
whole,
haven't.
the whole of this.
Hey,
Yo,
hey,
hey, yo,
Yeah, yo.
hey, yo,
Hey,
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 yo. I mean,
yo.
you can't. Yeah, yo.
hey,
Let's
yo.
move on. Let's,
I don't feel like I've said that to a woman before, but we move. But yeah, that's I feel like I'm having flashbacks.
flashbacks.
But yeah, in regards to it, like all jokes aside, like I'm not even asking for like, all right, the aim is top 4 or the aim is top 2 or the aim is top 6. No, Leach, I don't want Unai Emery. I don't want managers who have failed at top clubs. The reason why I said Flick for till the end of the season because he's managed and been successful at the elite level. That's why. And he's the only one available. Like if Ancelotti's available, which he wouldn't be towards the end of the season, cool, go get Ancelotti. Because there's no ideal situation because of the setup they're walking into. So till the end of the season, go and get Flick. He's someone who instantly walks into the dressing room and commands respect in an instant because of what he's done in the game. Man, what a good
Here's the thing. I think if you do sack Ten Hag and you wait till the summer, I think you're going to get one of the international managers that leaves their job. I'm not saying Southgate. If like say if France do badly in this competition, right, or he just wants to leave, I can see Deschamps being linked to you.
Yeah,
I
that's the type of stripping this.
That's
why we need to deal with.
Coleman.
That's why we need to deal
Ronald
with.
Koeman. Yeah,
Ronald Koeman. If he ends up at United, United get relegated with that guy. That guy is awful, man. But actually talking about the thing because it's an interesting convo because obviously I feel like obviously in Arsenal always get it used as an example with the whole they stick with Arteta even through the bad time. Bro, people forget like see Arsenal fans are really good at manipulating. People they they make you believe that they're already Havertz. Okay, man. But they're really good at trying. Like 2 months ago, Nketiah was in the brink of world class. Like this is Arsenal fans are really good. Arsenal fans are really good at the manipulating thing. Don't let these guys ever tell you that they went Arteta out. 90% of their fan base was Arteta out, and ironically, United are kind of in the similar path. But I hate using the Arteta example because, cool, you turn it around, but different circumstances. The ownership was willing to trust Arteta to just go and continue, even if the fans don't fuck with. But at United, it's different. The ownership is not like the Kroenkes. It's not the same mindset, so it doesn't work like that. Ten Hag is just gonna get their freedom to just work like Arteta. It's different environments, and that's why I never like compare one guy and one club with another club in terms of how they run. And with the whole thing, because for example, I'd use this last season. Everybody know if you watch this channel, everybody knows my rants about Conte. Everybody knows how I'm surprised the channel is still up with the shit I said about Conte last season. Right, but if I want to be honest, if the guy didn't every time when we lose called out our club, if the guy wasn't just crying and making excuses, if the guy took accountability, and the biggest thing, if the guy signed a new contract and he was still here this season, I would have been like, I don't like his football, but clearly he wants to do something here long term. So I was like, okay, I could have put up with it, but that's why I was Conte out because everything that I listed, he was doing the exact opposite in terms of just being toxic. Well, somebody like Ange here, I can back it even if he have a shit season because I feel like he's building something completely right. And hopefully next season he's not just going to all of a sudden do a Ten Hag and just completely go another 360 and trying to be a defensive manager just because maybe he doesn't get certain players. But I think this is the biggest issue with Ten Hag. And I told that Flores earlier how I saw that somebody else say that Ten Hag is trying to be something that he's not it. He's trying to be like Klopp. He's trying to be like Klopp, but he never played football like Klopp. And the fact that he came to United and said, "I don't want to go. I'm not going to play here. The football that I played at Ajax. First and foremost, you got hired to do that. First and foremost, in my opinion. And I know the first 2 games. I remember United got slapped up, and they got laughed at. But I still believe there's still parts of me where I believe Ten Hag should just continue with that because a lot of these guys that letting him down would have left the football club. I'm convinced.
I'm just also the ones that he played with. He used that at Ajax. These are the players he's recruiting. Those players.
Here's the problem if United sack no, it's not a problem. They sack Ten Hag, they sack him. The problem is, elite managers, or whatever you want to talk about, are in very short supply. It's like players.
Mm-hmm.
Very short supply in every position. There's not a lot of elite players anymore. Okay, because they're either too young, or they're nearing the end of their thing, or they're just not what people think they are. The problem is that Jess has put in there. I don't even know the name of Girona coach, but he's another one because they're doing well this season. He's going to be hyped up like the Sporting Lisbon coach was last season, but you haven't heard anything about him this season, right?
Is that
you know
Ruben?
Ruben Amorim. To be fair, they've been doing decently, but yeah,
but there's no big hype around him. Thing about Xabi Alonso, there's hype about him. He's doing well, but like let him. I mean, if I was Xabi Alonso, I'd stay away from Bayern, Real Madrid, and Manchester United.
Learn your trade.
Learn your trade. Build it up. Build it through Germany. Like the next step, probably Bayer Leverkusen of him, man. I don't know what Jez will think. It'd be like to go to like Dortmund or something after Bayer Leverkusen. Do you know what I mean? It'd be like
he would have been perfect because
that's what I mean. That's the next thing.
I think people don't even know the story, but if he can win a trophy at Leverkusen, that would actually make him low-key a legend because their nickname is Leverkusen because they've never won trophies.
Yeah, because they haven't been relevant since they got to the Champions League final in 2002. Yeah. So they haven't been relevant for 20 years, 20 plus years. Do you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is that there's no outstanding candidate. Like I would joke and say, why don't you just go for Conte? Do you know what I mean, or something like that? That'd be something that United could do. But anyone else is either hired, or they're just like you say, you're taking a chance on them, right? So there's no outstanding candidate out there for you guys to say. You might go get Ancelotti or something like that because that was funny enough. That news was leaked last week or potential
that was
news.
Crazy. If people want to turn it down,
exactly right. But I just don't think there's anyone outstanding. So you might find that Man United fans aren't going to like this. That it will be someone who's up and coming.
And the thing is, I'm for an up and coming manager if there is a DOF. That's why the DOF picking an up and coming manager who's maybe not got a stack Stevie. Cool, because then at least he has assistance. He's not just fighting the war by himself. He actually has what's it called? He actually has good. Yeah, he actually has some help. He has assistance. Problem is, and he does well for the rest of the season. Then you have a dilemma if you give it to him permanently. Then you end up with the Ole Gunnar situation. No, it wouldn't be the same because it's Hansi Flick. Number one, he has credentials, and if he does well by himself, that's when then you talk to him. You flip it on its head and go, all right, who's your guy? Who have you worked with previously? Who's your DOF? Like a Ralph Ragnick, or let him. All right, cool. Well, I think such and such is good. And again, there's a lot of ifs, buts, word to Musa, it's isms and schisms, depending on the ownership situation and what's going on. But let's not act like it's not a dilemma regardless because it's Manchester United Football Club. And it's one of the toughest sporting jobs in the world. That's where it goes.
I also think though that no matter what happens, maybe Ten Hag even goes at the end of the season because it's just a natural thing to do. You know what I mean? But at the end of the season, whoever's in charge, they should sit down with a new DOF and go, F this 5-year plan, F this 10-year plan. Let's have a 2-year plan. Let's just we're going to do what we do in NBA or NFL. Let's blow it up, essentially, right? Let's blow everything up. The stadium needs doing, the training ground needs doing, what's the academy producing, stuff like that. But that's a future plans. But let's do a 2-year plan. Who's earning the most and's got a short contract? Because they're not getting a new one. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. Who's progressing well and needs a longer contract, like a Kobe Mino and something like that, right? Tie them down. But Amrabat's not going to stay because we've got Kobe Mino now. So Amrabat's not going to be signed permanently. We all know that, right? So that's nothing that's not going to happen, right? So we need to focus. Martial's been here too long. He's got to go. We signed Rashford on a death contract for another 5 years. We're stuck with him, right? We need a buyer for Sancho. He's not going to. Well, can we get Sancho back in the fold if Ten Hag goes? Do you know what I mean? Can we get him back in? Something like that. It needs to be a 2-year. Needs to be a 2-year. Needs to be a 2-year plan. When we tell the new manager, you've got like a 2-year contract with a 1-year additional. Yeah, we go. This is it. You're coming here to basically put a lot of fires out and start all over again. Like the ownership told Arteta. We're going to back you. Who do you want to keep? We understand we're not going to go for trophies. We might even finish outside the top 4. But the way he's been allowed to like completely change the squad around, is what should happen at Manchester United. It should be that. It should be like Maguire needs to go, Shaw needs to go. They've been here for a long time. You know, need to go. You're not good enough. We need to start. We need to start. Our scouting needs to be better. We need to start plucking out gems that are ready to go right now that no one knows about. We need our European scouting needs to be so much better than it is right now, because there's gems in the Portuguese league, in the Belgian league, stuff like that are good to go. Let's bring them in. That's just what needs to happen. It's going to be 2 years of pain. But the Manchester United fans need to know that if they come out and actually say at the start, the manager goes, "So we've had a discussion. We're doing this big whole turnaround." So Manchester United is not going to be what you think. When to bring Manchester United back up to what you want, we need to do all of this shit.
Yeah, we gotta start from scratch. And the thing is, I'm all for that, because all I'm asking for, I keep saying this, is the basics. If we were just a competent unit, like we was last season in terms of on the pitch, I go, you know what, Fairs? I understand all the issues we have off the pitch. I understand it's not an ideal world, but we were competing against teams that were better than us. We exceeded all my expectations, not met, exceeded. Cool. And we spend enough to do that. That's the thing is, that's my other major issue with Manchester United. We spend enough money to be competitive. Again, bare minimum I'm talking about here. And Talitru says Hansi Flick is another risk. Every manager is a risk. Yeah. No manager is a surefire, certified set. Yes, he's going to be successful. So I really don't understand this comment. Every manager's a risk. If we were to get whoever you think is the first, you got to get your top 5 list. We could go get Pep. That's a risk. We could go get Klopp. That's a risk. We can go get Ancelotti. That is also a risk. What it's about is calculated risk. You minimize it. You assess it and go, all right, what's the best way going forward? Yeah, go on, Marshall.
Let me ask you something then. Do you kind of wish you were in our position then? Because that's essentially what Chelsea's doing. We stripped the whole thing apart and started rebuilding. Look at all their players. Like, there's no players in this squad currently that were in the squad last year, really, barring Chilwell, James, Silva, and Gallagher. Everyone's new pretty much. Madueke and Mudryk came in January. Everyone's a new player. So you're willing to scrap the whole thing and go through this?
I'm willing to scrap, because I've not watched what's going on at Chelsea like that, like been emotionally invested, but I am willing to go that route. 100% if they came out and said that. And again, bare minimum, be competitive, be organized. If we do the bare, cool. That's it. I understand we are not Manchester City. We're not going to three-peat. We're not going to win doubles and all them. Like, no, but we spend enough to go to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. We spend enough to compete for the top 4. We spend enough to win an FA Cup and League Cup. Because ironically, during the Sir Alex Ferguson period, like post him, we've done all that. We've won a Europa League. We've won an FA Cup. We've won a League Cup. So we can win the second tier trophies. So that's all I'm saying.
I think that's what you need to do, though. I think you need to say, so the league's going to be whatever the league is. We're going to focus on the cups, try and get a European competition. If you want Champions League, it's not going to happen through the league. It's going to be we're in the Conference League one, okay. Now we're going to get this to get to Europa League, and we're going to win the Europa League to get to the Champions League, and something like that, like a Sevilla usually do. If you look at Sevilla in Europe, they've got one of the best European records, but they're really only in Champions League, high percentage wise, because they won the Europa League a lot. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and I'm not saying you have to be in. I'm not saying you have to be in bottom half of the table, but if you're 8th, 9th, or something like that, but you have then 2 years of steady, consistent performances, and then you go, okay, now we've got 2 years of experience with a nucleus of a side, of a squad. And I even say this, and some people may not like it. You consider getting rid of someone like Bruno. You sell McTominay. You start.
I think that this
sell everything that is not nailed down.
So everything
to the wall.
So
everything.
You literally. Well, Rashford's going to be there because of the contract, right? No one's going to take that Rashford contract on. It's just not going to happen at 350, right? Yeah. So he's stuck there. You've got literally Kobe Mino, who's Man United fans might not like this, but you weren't mentioning him last season. He's flavour of the month at the moment, right? Because he's new and has not been affected. But I've seen enough where if it's harnessed, and this is what would be important to him, that they get a manager who can harness his talent and use him properly, because he wasn't. I don't think he was used properly on Saturday, really. He was sort of fed to the lions essentially on Saturday. But who else?
There's very
I
few.
can't think of any. I can't think of
Just,
anyone else.
just maybe the
I'm not
young,
fighting.
just
I
the
know
young
I'm not
G's.
fighting.
Like,
But then
Martinez.
that also ties
Shaw.
into, again, there's a lot of isms
No,
and
Shaw needs
schisms
to go.
because we don't know what the
Okay.
managers, we don't know what the next manager wants. So I think it adds into that. But
Highland.
hey,
yeah. But
love to everyone. Yeah, go on, Just go on.
Yeah.
Last point. And
Nah,
we're gonna
just
move on.
last one, because nah,
Go on.
yeah, because it's just because actually goes a good point. But the funny thing about it is because obviously we do overlap us about Chelsea, and as everybody knows, but deep down we do actually rate the Chelsea team, like from the back to the midfield. Whatever you feel about the attack, I don't personally. I think there are good attacking players there, but as a unit, I think Chelsea lack definitely still cohesiveness. But you can see there's something building. Whenever it's gonna be soon or later, I don't know. It hangs. This will also depend on how long Potter's maybe gonna stay and how quick, how if they're actually gonna be giving him the time. But then also it's the fact that Poch also needs to show results. So there needs to be always a balance, in my opinion, where do
I
the
think
basics
you're
to
right.
get the results against who you have
Yeah.
to do, but also give the manager the time to and the support to do. And I think this is the issue where United are, because we go in this direction with Ange actually right now, but this is the issue with United. One day it's one way it's we have to get results and we have to be compete because people were. I remember United fans going into the season saying we can maybe challenge for the league. I've seen guys talk about challenging for the Champions League, and this is where I was like, hold on a minute. You bought Mason
Well,
Mount.
they were in a
challenge for the
2-week
league.
title race last year. Remember, they were in a 2-week title
Yeah,
race.
when people talk about
This time last year.
Andy Tate, man, title charge. You know what I'm saying? Shout out
Oh, yeah.
Andy Tate.
Yeah,
saying,
man, like,
Chad,
this is my kind of my closing thoughts about this. Right?
yeah, that's my
United,
guy, man. Shout out Andy Tate every time.
yeah, that's just my closing thoughts because I just like you said, Flos. I think main thing is director of football, and then even because remember, Postecoglou, he came in like, who the fuck is this dude? Some dude from Japan, and no, obviously he's the media darling. Some people don't like it, some people do. I like it definitely, but this is where you just have to trust the people. And I think with new people coming at United and the director of football and stuff, I think it could definitely help. But let's see what United's going to be like. I mean, first and foremost, Cliff. They're saying Cliff. He needs to take over first and foremost. Like I kind of like, isn't it just a month that he should supposed to be starting?
Yo, that's why I take all of this bullshit with a pinch of salt. That's why everyone talking about that whole thing needs to shut up because they don't know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying with him? Because there was no talk during the whole process of this going on that he's gonna get 25%. That popped up out of nowhere recently. But hey, we moved. But love to everyone who has locked in. Big up you lot. We've already been on the live almost 2 hours. Make sure you subscribe to Casually FC, which is Marshall's channel. The link is in the title, people. So you click the link in the title, opens up a new tab. I need to add it to the featured channel. I'm gonna add it underneath in the descriptions as well. Marshall, let them know where they can find you, what you got coming up, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me, Flawless. Always a pleasure being on here with you guys and you as well. Always good conversation, good banter. And if you guys haven't already subscribed to Sarcasm City, do that. Smash up the likes, like Flawless says, 1, 2 like check, right? So make sure you do that. As for me, Casually FC on YouTube. You can also check out Casually FC on Twitter, and we got a Discord as well. That link is all over on the YouTube channel, so check all that stuff out. We're gonna be live tomorrow. Flawless, me and you and the Casually FC crew. Look, I got bars. We're gonna be dropping a preview for the Man United game, which I'm looking forward to discussing that and see how that goes. But yeah, go and check that out tomorrow, 10 UK time. And yeah, so that's what's up for me.
Yeah, it's gonna be, what's it called? Yeah, man, this is gonna be a good one, people. So make sure you check that out on Casually FC as well. I'll be over there. Big up to Surfer, big up to Jez. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule. You lot know the pattern. Monday's here. Monday if you're in the UK time zone anyway. And yeah, man, the show must go on. So tomorrow today, 4:30 p.m. UK time, Man United podcast. So I'll be discussing all things Manchester United and then back because we missed last week, doing the most. People, the Premier League show. I know we missed game week. I think it was 13 or 14, but whatever game week it was. So we're back, and we will do a doing the most as well during midweek because of the midweek game. So it's just the 1 week we missed. But check out all the upcoming live stream schedules. Make sure you subscribe to the Sarcasm City TV gaming YouTube channel. Gaming, so we're running pro clubs over there. Today. I'm gonna run some form of stream. If it's not pro clubs, I'll run GTA. I'm gonna get NBA 2K in the new year, people. So after Christmas, the January period, I'm gonna get NBA 2K. I'm gonna figure out about the capture card so I can run PS3 games as well. So I can run like Fight Night Champion and stuff. So we're gonna turn it up on the gaming channel. That's Sarcasm City TV Gaming. Links underneath in the description. And go follow the Twitch as well, where you get other Premier League watch-alongs, Champions League watch-alongs. You get Premier League watch-alongs this week. Arsenal, Luton, Spurs, West Ham during the week, for example. NBA watch-alongs over there, Formula One, NFL, plus more people. The boxing show, obviously, with the boxing shows that are coming up. So big fights, big nights only. But yeah, man, love to everyone that's locked in. You know what I'm saying? We got 99 likes, so we're going to get up to 100. Big up to my guy Alam. He's live right now doing the NFL football, I believe. So yeah, we're going to go to In the Motion Football. So just put Sarcasm City Raid in capital letters on his channel. Run up the likes, hit the subscribe button, because Alam a part of this crazy family that is Sarcasm City TV. But yeah, man, love to everyone. Oh yeah, and before I finish as well, people, we are available on all audio platforms. Don't forget, big up to someone who tagged me. It was Kelvin who tagged me with the Spotify. So yeah, I know the Spotify wrapped up. It's coming to everyone's yearly wrap up. But yeah, if you want to listen to this show or any of the other shows on audio only platforms, so that's Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, wherever you get your podcast, type in Sarcasm City TV, and all the shows on the YouTube channel, apart from watch-alongs, will pop up. So like I always say, you might want to listen while you're cooking, cleaning, driving, you may be at work, maybe you're traveling, maybe you're at the gym, maybe you just don't want the YouTube app sucking up all your data. Maybe that's whatever the case may be. So Spotify, please 5-star or some followers. Spotify, Sarcasm City TV, iTunes, all you iPhone users, hit us with the 5-star and leave us a review. Same with SoundCloud as well. But like I said, we're gonna raid Alam. So put Sarcasm City Raid in capital letters. But this has been the Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur show live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.